Hey, my friend, and welcome to Lesson 6. Take a risk. Woo! When you hear that, does that like get you all excited, or does that like give you a pit in your stomach? Or does it give you butterflies in your stomach? Excitement or fear? Excitement or fear? Excitement or fear, right? You get to choose. So I'm going with excitement. You're excited because this lesson is about taking that risk. And remember, we're talking about action now. It's time to do something. We're not just going to talk about it, we're going to do it. So here we go. First off, taking a risk empowers yourself. It gives you power. It makes you feel confident. When you take a risk, even if you don't have the results you're looking for, it's like if you sign up for a contest, and even if you don't win, you're like, I signed up, I tried, I showed up, I did it. And that gives you confidence. And that helps you to grow in seeing who you are and standing in your true power. The other thing it does is it helps you to begin to trust that you can do whatever it is that you desire to do. And one of the sayings that I use a lot is everything's figure-outable. You can figure it out. There's a way to figure it out. And usually the way I figure things out is I feel them out first. But sometimes in figuring out the figure-outables, you've got to take a risk. You know, it's like you gotta spend money to make money. You have to take a risk. You gotta jump out there and risk the fact that people think that you're not going to know what you're talking about when you're sharing something new. You got to get on stage for yourself to share a message, and that might be risky. So today, I'm asking you to take a risk. I'm asking you to do something that when you think about it and when you feel into it, it gives you butterflies or that pit in your stomach, whichever one. It scares you a little or it excites you a little. I want you to do something that feels safe in the sense of, well, maybe not feels safe. You know is safe. Probably won't feel safe. It'll probably feel like you're being exposed in some way because people are going to see you. People are going to hear you. But today, I'm asking you to take a risk. I'll share with you one of the risks I took many years ago. I was in a class, and we had to, in a 3-hour time frame, we had to choose something that we could do in 3 hours that did not create any closure, meaning like we couldn't do something that would change our personal relationships. But it was something that was risky to us. It was something that would make us nervous, but that was not illegal, and that would not be something that's creating closure on a relationship, because they didn't want us choosing something like that in 3 hours and then regretting it afterwards. So people were doing all kinds of things. They were going on top of buildings. They said it needed to be safe, but anyway, people were doing that. They were walking in, walking into a movie theater by themselves. They went to like a fancy restaurant for dinner by themselves. They did a variety of different things. That one lady got a massage. She'd never had a massage before, so that was a big deal. One lady had her toes done. That was a big deal because she'd never let anybody touch her feet or look at her feet. And so it isn't a comparison of what might be a risk for one person and not a risk for another, because we all have a different frame of reference, right? So risk means something different to all of us. Well, as I sat there trying to figure out what I was going to do, I had 3 hours to do it in, I couldn't think of anything. Like, we couldn't do anything against the law. So, you know, walking down the street naked, that might make me a little nervous, but you couldn't do that. And you couldn't do anything that created closure in a relationship. So I was like, gosh, what would make me nervous? I really was struggling. And we were in downtown Phoenix. I think it was on a Saturday. And so there weren't a lot of people. Like during the week, there'd be a lot of business people there. There weren't a lot of people. And so as I drove around trying to figure out what I was going to do, I saw a lot of homeless people, a lot of homeless people. And, you know, I'm not really afraid of people, really in any way, generally, unless I get a gut feeling. But I got a little butterfly feeling when I thought about going and talking to the homeless people because I was by myself. And I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to McDonald's, Burger King, I think I ended up at, and I bought 25 Happy Meals. So, you know, a little burger and fries and drinks, 25 of them, filled the back seat of my car, pulled up to the park where all the homeless people were at, and I only had to take about 10 steps, and I was swarmed. And that did make me a little nervous because I thought, I'm a girl here all by myself. And then I thought, Sunny, you never think about the fact that you're a girl, number one, and number two, that you're by yourself. You are safe because you are spirit in a safe world. And so it changed. I mean, I did have that feeling. And then I changed it and shifted it. And the people, they swarmed me because they wanted the food. But they were very gentle. And then I decided, okay, so that was a little risky. And it pushed me out of my comfort zone a little bit. And I really wanted to do something that was actually going to move me. You know, like you guys, when I'm asking you to do a risk, you could pick something really easy just so you could check it off your list and say, yeah, I did what Sunny asked me to do. I'm not asking you to do that. I don't want you to do something for show. I don't want you to do something just to check it off the list. I want you to do something because it's going to move you. So this was the thing that actually really moved me. As I sat with what some of my fears were and things like that, one of the things that came to me is everybody, all of my life, and mostly my dad, but everybody has always teased me about my singing voice, always. And I actually love to sing, so it doesn't hold me back. It's not like I don't ever use my voice around people. I sing all the time. Obviously, I use my voice for my living, not as a singer. But I thought, you know, singing in front of people in a place where maybe I'm not asked to, or it's not people I know, maybe that would make me a little uncomfortable. So I went into Starbucks. It was a Sunday, because it was a Sunday morning. I went into Starbucks, and I thought, well, shit, what am I going to sing? Like, I didn't know what to sing. And then the universe just gave me a gift. They gave me exactly what to do. So I walked up to the first person, and I said, do you have a birthday? And the guy, of course, looked at me like, of course I have a birthday. Everybody has a birthday. And I go, all right, I'd like to celebrate your birthday with you, so I'm going to sing happy birthday. And he just looked at me like I was nuts. I sang happy birthday to him, my good old happy birthday. I'll go ahead and sing it right here for you too. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. Happy birthday, la la la. Happy birthday to you, cha-cha-cha. So that's what I did. And he was like, oh my God, this woman is crazy. I think he really did think I was nuts. And then I went to the next person and the next person and the next person and the next person. Some people put their newspapers up. Some people got up and walked away when they saw that I was coming around the corner. And you know what? After the first couple made me nervous. And then after that, I thought it was fun. And then as I watched people try to avoid me, I thought it was funner. More fun. Funner isn't a word, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. And then I went up to the hostess, the barista, and they gave me a free Starbucks because I brought so much joy to that space because I was stepping out of my box, right? We talked about vulnerability. I was stepping into one of the most vulnerable places that I was. And guess what? It inspired other people. And I got a Starbucks out of it. Pretty cool, right? My point is, when you do something that is risky, not only do you lighten that energy for yourself, not only do you kind of get over yourself a little bit, but you have that inspired like that inspired energy. You inspire others, and it's like love in action. People are seeing that movement. They didn't know that I was scared. They didn't know that that was like a challenge for me. But you know what? And some people didn't like it, and it was uncomfortable. But what it was for most people was it was joyful, and it was fun, and it was lighthearted, and it was playful. And we moved from, I took that inspired action. Spirit literally guided me to do that. I took that inspired action, and it inspired others. Stepping into my vulnerability helped me to not only trust myself and to trust my guidance, but when I stepped into the vulnerability and then I took the risk that felt really big at that time to me. And what it said is, you know what? We're more alike than we are different. And I am safe to be me. I am safe in this universe. I am safe in this park with all of these homeless people. Now, I know some of you, my husband cussed me out after, believe me. But I was not in that vibration to have an issue. And I took the risk and I reaped the rewards. Because what it did was it gave me confidence. So I'm going to suggest that you step in and you take a risk. For a lot of my clients, I call it exposure therapy. Do the very thing you're scared the most to do. And do it over and over and over again. And eventually you become numb to that pain, and it becomes exciting. It becomes fun. It becomes joyful. You can do that. If you've ever been someone who, like maybe the first time that you ever got on stage, or the first time that you ever played an instrument and in front of people, and you felt really nervous and you didn't do very good, and the more you did it, the more you did it, the more you did it, you got better and better and better, and then it's no big deal. It's like you've done it your whole life. But there was a time when you were scared. So my friends, lesson 6. It's time to take a risk. No more talking about it. It's time for action. Get out there, do it. I'll see you in lesson 7.